Hey guys, I'm your host, Cory Lea. Welcome back to Trulea Entertainment, where we're going to talk about some hot takes, dive into real experiences, no filter, no fluff, just honest conversations about anything that matters and maybe some things that don't. On today's episode, 2025 NFL Draft. I'm joined here by my good friend and sports fan, Lucas.
Yep. How you doing?
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. So, Lucas, for our listeners, can you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Diehard Ole Miss fan. Diehard.
I hate to hear it.
Best team in the country.
Yeah. I don't mind Lane Kiffin. I like Lane Kiffin a lot.
I do not like Lane Kiffin at all. He's a good recruiter. He's a terrible coach. Terrible coach.
He makes questionable decisions.
Yes, he does. Like running a 300-pound lineman off tackle when it's fourth down 3 times in one game.
Was that the goal line?
No, it was just for
Just a
fourth down.
Oh, no kidding.
Three separate times in the same game.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, good
Which
coach.
game? Do you remember which game that was?
Pretty sure it was a Florida game.
This past year.
Yeah.
So the
350-pound lineman off tackle.
The 2024 season.
Yeah. The most disappointing season in Ole Miss history, by the way.
Well, at least they had one good pick.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that soon.
And also don't Detroit Lions fan.
Oh, for the NFL?
Yes, for them.
Yeah.
And a Giants fan since they drafted Jackson Dart.
That's debatable. I don't know whether or not to call you a bandwagon fan or not.
We've done nothing but win since I've been a fan. So
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so guys, we're going to be covering the first round of the draft. Lucas already said who he pulls for you guys. I'm a diehard LSU fan, so go figure. Who better to come on the show than a complete opposite 180 degrees Ole Miss fan? But nevertheless, we love you, Lucas.
mm-hmm.
Just to get Lucas riled up, guys, what was your first thoughts when you saw Jackson Dart get drafted to the Giants?
It was kind of disappointing because the last thing I want to be is a Giants fan. I was kind of hoping. I mean, I don't like the Saints either, but I'd much rather him went to the Saints. And it was kind of shocking that he probably would have went to the Saints had the Giants not traded up and picked him in the first round.
Do you think the Saints would have traded some picks to get him late in the first round?
Apparently, they did not,
Well,
or didn't offer enough.
yeah, maybe so.
But
I'd like to know that story if they did.
I mean, from all I heard pre-draft and stuff, that they really liked him, but I guess the Giants beat him to it and offered something they didn't want to offer.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they offered some good stuff for the trade. Who did they trade it with again? Was it Houston?
I can't even remember off the top of my head.
Okay, we'll look that up in a second. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Let's just look it up now. We'll look up the overall first round draft picks, and we can read them to you in order, starting with Cam Ward. Hang on, guys. Let me look it up. NFL 2025 first round draft picks. Let's look them up. Let's read them. All right. Let's see.
I can already tell you now, the worst pick of the first round was Travis Hunter.
Hot takes dropping everywhere. All right, so and I'll read them as fast as I can, and I am going to butcher some of these names. Lucas, help me out when you can.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the first overall pick was Cam Ward out of he was a QB out of Miami. The second pick, Jackson Jaguars. They selected Hunter Travis.
Travis Hunter.
Yes, Travis Hunter, cornerback, wide receiver, Colorado.
Joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about 2. We'll get into that. 3, New York Jets.
Giants.
Giant. You got to correct me, man. It's been a long day. Abdul Carter, which is, I think, probably the best overall, in my opinion.
Definitely the best pick in
entire-
the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he didn't go first. In my opinion, I really.
That's just
really
because the
thought
Titans needed a quarterback and not a defensive end.
Yeah. New England, number 4, New England. My boy Will Campbell from LSU, offensive tackle. Number 5, Cleveland Browns, Mason Graham, defensive tackle. Miami. And this is cited from ESPN, the first round draft order. Number 6, Las Vegas Raiders, Ashton Genty.
Your offensive rookie of the year.
Another hot take. New York Jets, number 7.
Armand Membu.
How do you even know how to pronounce that? Offensive tackle, Missouri. Number 8, Colorado.
No. Carolina.
I'm telling you guys, it's been a
Might need
long
to take
day.
a sip of your drink.
I know, right? Give me some courage.
You need help on this one?
Yeah, I do.
Tedero and McMillan.
Yeah, do you want to take over?
Yeah, and then you got Kelvin Banks Jr. out of Texas going to the Saints.
Number 9.
And then the absolute second worst pick of the first round was Colston Loveland to the Bears. And I can assure you, everybody in that Bears front office was drunk.
But didn't they have Cole Kmet still on the
And
team?
Colston Loveland is not even the best tight end in the draft.
I thought it was it Warren?
Yeah, Tyler Warren from Penn State.
Yeah, that was
yes. Or the other guy. I have to see his name to remember it.
I mean, I was praying that the Bengals would pick up that tight end.
Yeah, but no, this is the Bears in, year out, get drunk draft day morning, and then just blindly pick people.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't go with offensive tackle or guard or anything like that.
Caleb Williams has like 2 seconds to pass ball, and they don't even get offensive linemen. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Then we got Michael Williams from Georgia going to San Francisco. Tyler Booker from Alabama going to the Dallas Cowgirls. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan, going to the
13.
Dolphins. 14, and the best tight end in the draft, Tyler Warren.
Yeah, I thought that was an excellent pick, in my opinion.
Yes.
I mean, I think that is a stud.
Yes. He's a dog. Going to the Colts. Then Jalen Walker out of Georgia, linebacker, 15th to the Atlanta Falcons. Then the best defensive tackle in the draft, Walter Nolan from Ole Miss.
He's not biased, guys.
Not at all. Going to the Cardinals. Cardinals don't have very good luck with Ole Miss defensive tackles, so hopefully he changes it.
Who was the other one that
Robert Kondichi, number 1 overall.
Ooh.
That was a bust.
Yeah.
And Shamar Stewart, out of Texas A&M to the Bengals.
Don't ask me how to pronounce that next one.
Gray Zabel
Okay.
from North Dakota State, going to the Seahawks.
Oh, the next one's even worse.
Then Emeka Egbuka or whatever. You know the guy from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best wide receivers in the draft.
Yeah.
And you got 20th, Jahdae Brown out of Texas to the Broncos. Derek Harmon from Oregon going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then also another great pick, Omarion Hampton out of North Carolina.
He is one of my sleepers for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion. Extremely well productive back in college. I like that pick a lot.
Yes. Then you got Matthew Golden at 23.
I think that is another excellent pick for Green Bay and Jordan Love. I do.
Even though Jordan Love's ass, but
Well, it surprised me because Jordan Love's weapons are not that old.
they're not.
So that surprised me to see them pick up another wide receiver. Now he's got Matthew Golden. He's got great career stats, but man, it just surprised me that they went with a wide receiver.
Because they got several of them.
Yeah.
Donovan Jackson, offensive guard out of Ohio State to the Vikings. And then the best quarterback in the draft, Jackson Dart to the New York Giants.
He's not biased again.
26, James Pierce Jr., which is an excellent pick for the Falcons, going from Tennessee. Then Malachi Starks from Georgia to the Ravens. Then Tyleik Williams from Ohio State to the Lions. Then 29, Josh Connerly Jr. from Oregon to Washington. Then Maxwell Harrison, which is also another great pick, out of Kentucky, going to the Bills. And then Jihad Campbell from Alabama going to the Eagles, and then the most unknown first rounder I've ever seen, Josh Simmons out of Ohio State to Kansas City.
You discriminate against offensive tackles?
Well, I've never heard of the fella.
I have never heard of him either.
I can at least say I've heard of at least everybody else on this besides that guy.
If the Kansas City Chiefs are attached to the guy, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, he's got to be decent.
Andy Reid knows.
And he's going in the first round. So
yeah, Andy Reid's knows.
And he's definitely going to pick the best people to guard Patrick Mahomes. So.
I know. Hang on. Let's take a quick second. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So that was the first round picks. I just wanted to give y'all a little something, little fact about the first round pick, first overall pick, actually. Cam Ward. Cam played at Miami, had played 2 years prior at both Washington State and, I'm going to butcher this name, Incarnate Word, which I had to look that up. It's apparently a Catholic college out of Texas. Do you know if they're like
they're not
D3,
they're
D2?
They're like
D2,
D2, I think. They're not D1. D1 in basketball, but not football. I think D2 in football.
Okay. So, yeah, he played 2 years both at 2 years at Washington State apparently, and 2 years at Incarnate Word, and then eventually when he left, I think Washington State, he came to Miami to play for the 2024, and had a pretty good breakout year.
Yeah.
I read somewhere he had like 39 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, so it's a pretty good ratio. But you also had a bunch of other quarterbacks that had pretty high up there touchdown to interception ratios. Lucas, do you think he's going to be a boom or a bust?
And being in the team he's on, he's probably going to be a bust.
Yeah, that's
the bad thing about going first overall in the draft.
I don't even know like the identity of the Titans. It's hard to say who. For the longest time it was Derrick Henry. That was the face of the Titans.
And now they're completely lost.
Yeah, I don't even.
They did pick up a good wide receiver in Tyler Lockett this year, but he is kind of old.
Yeah, but Tyler's probably.
And then later on in the draft, they picked up Shimmery DK or whatever his name is from Florida.
Is he a wide receiver?
Yes. And they picked up Van Jefferson in the offseason as well.
That's
from the Rams.
That's all right.
Calvin Ridley and Tyler Lockett, wide receiver 1 and 2 is not terrible.
Yeah. But
that's still going to be a tall hill to climb.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Especially they got Tony Pollard running backs and Tajay Spears. That's 2 pass catching backs. They're not really known for their all out rushing.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I think he ain't gonna be no complete bust where he just gets benched in 3 games. But I think he'll make it the whole season. But be mediocre.
What surprised me a little bit about Cam was his comp was Jordan Love. I don't see it. I don't see his comp being Jordan Love. If I had to say anything, he's he reminds me a little bit of Jamar to a degree.
Lamar.
He reminds me of Lamar Jackson a little bit.
He ain't quite as fast as him.
No.
I would kind of agree with the Jordan Love thing because they're both gunslingers.
Yeah.
And they just want to let it fly.
Yes. But so Jalen Hurts, he kind of reminds me a little bit about Jalen Hurts because he can also pass. I'm not saying the guy can't pass, but I if I'm doing a real hot take evaluation, I think he's going to be a bust.
Yeah,
I do.
It's definitely probably 80-50, 80-30.
Yeah, and I don't
or 80-20 on the bust.
I agree with
My
that.
math is terrible. Ignore that.
That's them private schools, baby. So my second topic I want to cover with you was the Saints draft picks. So to give you context, guys, we live in Louisiana. We're both actually from Mississippi.
Yeah.
But I definitely go for the Saints when we're talking about NFL. LSU for college. Lucas, who do you go for? You said
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions for the NFL.
And Ole Miss for college.
Yep.
I refuse to pull for Louisiana's team.
So the Saints draft picks. First round, Kevin Banks Jr.
That's
out
definitely a
of
pick
Texas,
that they needed.
offensive tackle. Boy, I would have loved to see Jackson Dart, even though he's coming from Ole Miss. I would have loved to see the Saints draft a QB, being that it's been since Arch Manning since they drafted in the first round a QB.
Yep.
I think everyone would agree with that statement. I'm not knocking Kevin Banks. I think he's an outstanding tackle.
Mm-hmm.
He did some great things at Texas, but at the same time, I think I would have rather seen a quarterback taken.
Yeah.
Just Saints, if you're listening, shoot your shot the next time. So there's that. And then
again, they probably didn't think they had to take a quarterback that early because they didn't think anybody was going to trade up.
Yeah.
To get him.
Yeah.
And the Giants kind of snuck in there and took him from him. I personally believe they wanted him.
I think so too. I do think so. I mean, Kellen Moore coming from the Eagles, I think he's a great offensive mind. Definitely next generation of great coaches. Alongside Sean McVay and Nick Sirianni, all of them. I think he did want him. I do, because as bad as I have to admit, as an LSU fan, I thought Jackson Dart was excellent.
Yeah.
He did a lot of great things. Maybe sometimes he rushed the throw.
Yeah.
But again, that's all. That's all. I think that's all in development as you continue to just progress as a full-time starter. I would have loved to see him at the Saints, but ultimately they did a tackle, which again that was definitely a need.
Yeah, for sure.
But I forget the stat line of how many defensive tackles and offensive tackles that the Saints continue to draft in the first round.
It's like they're scared to get anything else.
I know. Well, I get a lot of the games are determined by the guys in the trenches, the big men, Yeah. And nothing wrong with that. Like, hey, if that's your MO, it's hard to miss on an offensive or defensive tackle in the first round most of the time.
Yeah, because most of them are very solid players, athleticism and all that.
That have great experience, whether it's in the Big Ten or the SEC, because let's be honest, guys, there is only two divisions now in football. If you look at the stat, I saw it somewhere. If you look at the draft picks in the NFL draft, the first round, it was 10 that came, or no, it wasn't 10. It wasn't 15. It was 10. I'm gonna have to check that.
Yeah.
But I think I read 10 from the SEC, 10 from the Big Ten,
and then
everything else
dropped off.
Like as in everything else had like 2, and 1 of the conferences. It's clear as day we only have 2.
2 conferences that actually matter.
But that's for another talk about NIL and everything else. Going off a track. So with the Saints draft pick, right? We recapped. Kevin Banks number 1, number 2 with the second pick at 40.
Daniel Jones Jr.
I don't know what to think, and I guess I've not paid attention enough to Louisville or Texas Tech.
No one does.
Or Oregon. But this guy, Tyler, you remember Shuck. A QB out of Louisville. He played 3 colleges, Oregon, Texas Tech, and Louisville Cardinals.
And only started 26 games in all 3 of them colleges.
Yeah, that's crazy. He went 8 at Louisville his last year, 2024. He went 8-4 and was 5-3 in his respective conference, which was the ACC, of course. So I don't know what to think again, maybe Kellen Moore saw something that just stands out off the paper. Maybe he had a great pro day. I don't know. I mean, I know we're amateurs. We like to talk and do our research and look at stats and look at highlight reels but I don't see
the appeal of him.
Yeah, not yet. And,
26-year-old already.
Yeah, but there again, Jalen Hurts. What was he? He was a late to mid second round pick too, and it seems
but he was a little more well known than Shook here.
Yeah, and it wasn't like he didn't have like great experience in college.
And then again, I don't think they had any intention of taking him.
Yeah.
I think they thought 100% certainty they were going to get Jackson Dart.
So do you think they just were like, oh,
this is our backup option.
Yeah.
And nobody wants Shador, so let's take this guy. And I kind of think they sent him into a panic a little bit. I think they wanted Dart overall.
Yeah. Number 3, Vernon Broughton, the second, out of Texas. Don't know much about him.
No, I don't know much about him either.
Anyway,
I don't know much about any of these other.
I know. I'm looking at these picks like
this round 4 pick, Danny Stutzman. He has a very good chance of being Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not really familiar with him. So he's linebacker out of Oklahoma.
Dog.
He's got that dog.
He's got it in him.
Okay. Hey. I love the 6th round pick. Devin Neal was a extremely productive. What was he? 3 seasons, 1,000 yards, each. Very productive, very well experienced in college. I think he should translate pretty well. I think that's another sleeper. I don't know about offensive rookie because you still got Alvin Kamara still there at the Saints,
and then the Saints don't really know what to do when they have running backs. So,
since Sean Payton left, absolutely.
I mean, it's better than what's his face going. What's his coach last year?
I don't even want to remember his name.
Dennis Allen.
Yeah. You need to put soap in your mouth.
I don't even know what's the coach's name now.
Kellen Moore.
The head coach.
Yeah. Kellen Moore is the head coach and the offensive coordinator.
Well, I thought he was just offensive coordinator.
Are
you sure?
I want to make sure, but I think so.
I think he's just offensive coordinator.
I don't know about that. Saints head coach.
I think that Chargers guy's the head coach.
Stanley?
Yeah.
I think he's a defensive coach. No, Kellen Moore. Saints head coach Kellen Moore said...
nice young coach.
Yeah. But I think Stanley is... I think he is the... Saints staff. Saints staffing. Let's see. I want to get this right. Staff. No, coaches. That's what I want to say. Yeah, so Kellen Moore, head coach. Where is Stanley? I could have sworn he went there. Yeah. Defensive coordinator. Brandon Staley. Yeah. I was like, am I making this up? Yeah, okay.
I knew they were all part of the staff. I just didn't know where. Honestly didn't realize Kellen Moore was the head coach. I thought he was just offensive coordinator.
So, Lucas, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. Well, again, we've talked about it a little bit. The thoughts of offensive and defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah,
which is going to be a big topic shortly.
I do think Ashton Jeanty, if they can feed him the ball, he's going to do great. The problem with that makes me a little weary, and he's still going to be my offensive rookie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get him enough touches with a football? Number 1. Number 2. Are the weapons on the outside for the Raiders good enough for them to draw the middle linebackers for Jeanty to, do what he's best for?
And then again, Boise State didn't have no passing game either. And everybody knew he was getting the ball.
Well,
everybody on the planet knew he was getting the ball. I mean, I know the pros and college are a whole lot different, but
yeah.
I'm thinking he can translate that into the NFL.
Well, it's hard to deny if there's someone there on the draft board still there, which I think at 6, I think this is a great pick. I think it's great. Shoot your shot, Raiders.
I'm thinking all they had was Raheem Mostert and Sincere McCormick and Zamir White.
If you got a guy that is just hard to tackle, you're talking like 2-3 touches before you like really get this guy down. It's hard to say like, hey, if you can stay healthy, why not? Why not?
I think
he like look at Henry. Everybody just what's his name? King Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Yeah, forgot his first name. Look at Derrick Henry. Everybody thought that, oh my gosh, this is way too many hits he's taken, way too many touches when he was at the Titans. Well, look at him now. Like he does a lot for his body, but he was able to take those hits. So my only thing is there's can he sustain a really heavy workload? Number one. Number two, can he get enough separation, enough people looking at his exteriors, wide receiver, tight ends, for him to get the ball, maybe pass out in space? Do you have enough room?
And with that Raiders adding Geno Smith in the offseason, he slings it.
Yeah,
he was leading the NFL in passing yards last year.
Shout out! I love the story of Geno Smith. I love the story. Just guys, again, kind of the theme with the podcast: shoot your shot, go for your dreams, guys. Make sure you at least go explore it.
Yeah, they drafted Jack Besh. He went to LSU and then finished at TCU.
And fun stat that I saw yesterday: he had the most receptions in 1 year in 2021 out of Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, and Mason Taylor.
Yep.
He led all receivers out of LSU in 2021.
I mean, we can't forget Brock Bowers, runner-up rookie of the year offensive rookie of the year last year.
Oh yeah,
most receptions by a tight end in history.
Dog.
So and like I said, Geno likes to sling it. The play action will be huge.
Yeah.
In Ashton Genty's future.
Oh, easily. Yeah, you're thinking, okay, this guy's about to run, and
then just
pull it, sling it out. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great, and I think Tom Brady, isn't he somewhat loosely involved with some of that stuff, right? Or
I think
some kind of like advisor or to the Raiders.
Yeah, I think so.
Partial.
I want to say I saw something like that.
Yeah. Huh.
Yep.
Defense.
I mean, that's gonna be obvious.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter all day.
Yeah, defense. That dude at Penn State was just a nightmare.
Yep.
For the offense,
I think he's got that one pretty much. So
I mean, that's two, right? What Micah? Is his first name Parsons?
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
I mean, he was another product of Penn State, wasn't he?
I
think he was. I don't want to tell you guys.
I can't tell you right off the top of my head.
Penn State.
And then if we're looking, we don't ever give gambling advice here, but like their favorites for their defensive rookie of the year are Abdul Carter and Jalen Walker, and I think that's pretty accurate. Now they have Travis Hunter on here as the 5th favorite, and that's absolute blasphemy. Whoever put that on there as him plus 1,000 should be shot.
Who was that?
Travis Hunter.
Number 5?
Yes, for defensive rookie of the year.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It's absolutely insane.
And he was from Penn State.
Yeah.
So that's two extremely good, productive defensive ends coming out of Penn State. Something's in the water at Penn State with the defensive ends because those two, I mean, I'm glad we didn't have to play Penn State. That's all I'm saying. Now, we did have...
I mean, Ole Miss did play him a couple years ago and beat the snot out of him.
Was he on the team?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, not Mike. Abdul Carter was.
Was he?
Beat him last year.
Oh. Was that for the bowl game?
Yep.
Because he couldn't make it to the big
y'all didn't either. Y'all didn't either. We beat y'all that year too, I believe. If I stand, y'all had who'd y'all have? Who's y'all's quarterback? I think it was the Heisman winner, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jackson Dart outdueled him.
I like Jackson Dart. I did. I did.
But I think Abdul Carter, Jalen Walker, definitely your top two favorite picks there.
I still like.
I think
Jensen, Ashton Genty. I mean,
yeah, for offensive. Let's see what your offensive.
I like him a lot.
I mean, they got your again. Absolute blasphemy is Travis Hunter being the third favorite.
Well, the thing about Travis Hunter, in my opinion, is he's not excellent
At either position.
No,
he's not.
Now, I don't think we've seen him dedicate his entire workout to be one or the other.
And that's why I don't know why anybody drafted him, because he's already came out in an interview and said if he doesn't play both sides of the ball, he'd rather not play football.
I kind of hope that the NFL, and I think this is what we're going to see, similar to what Deion, and I can't remember, but Deion was a defensive back majority, but had some reps on the offense as a wide receiver.
Then again, he's so tiny, he's not going to be able to sustain 115 snaps in the pros.
Not at wide receiver.
No.
He could probably do it at cornerback, but not wide receiver.
No, he can't. He's not going to be able to play both sides of the ball. 115 snaps a game in the pros. He won't be able to sustain it.
No, I think, and I hope,
and that's why I think it's just silly to even try.
For his health, I hope that I'm not a coach, but I would play him as a defensive back fully with a few snaps as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
In particular, a slot wide receiver. And that's just me, because I do think he has good hands, good contact, physical contact hands, and it's pretty evident. He didn't go up against SEC all the time, but he's played other teams that I thought that he did extremely well in his college career, having catched the 50-50 ball, whether it was whether he was acting as a wide receiver or defensive back. I don't see him being very good at either position.
No, I mean, if you all saw the highlights of Alec Manor from Stanford, absolutely tortured him the entire game.
Yeah.
So I just don't. Yeah. He's not going to be able to guard that big bruiser wide receiver. Not going to do it.
And how much did he weigh?
I don't even know, but he's not very big.
Yeah, he seems extremely small. In my opinion, I thought he needed to put weight on, because even Jamar Chase for the Bengals, I think he's like 202, 205, something like that. I'll be honest with you. I mean, 205. If you get full speed, you can put a hurting on somebody.
Oh yeah, He's 6 foot, 185 pounds.
Yeah.
So you get you a Mike Evans or somebody like that, and they're going to just absolutely manhandle him.
Oh yeah. Those bigger. Yeah. Those bigger wide receivers are no joke. I mean, George Pickens is another one. I mean, that dude's a freak.
Yeah.
And
he will take his helmet off and beat you with it.
Yeah. And FYI, I won fantasy against Lucas last year, so I just want
fantasy cheats.
I did not cheat.
It's just all luck.
That's pure football knowledge for you, right there.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
All right.
What else?
Hey, just FYI, put it on record. I did draft Brian Thomas in the second round of my fantasy last year. And boy, did it work out.
Oh, it did.
I believed in my boy, BT.
Like I said, I was a Detroit Lions fan.
Yeah.
I mean, their draft didn't really hugely impress me. I mean, they filled some spots at defensive tackle with Tyleik Williams that they needed.
Yeah.
Especially on the defense side of the ball, because they were absolutely decimated last year. And that's what cost them a Super Bowl.
The cornerbacks, hopefully they boosted those.
No, they did not.
I thought the linebackers were okay. Defensive line need help. Yeah, I mean, overall, the defense definitely needed some help. But
and then hopefully they're expecting all these players to come back healthy, because they had a decent defense, but literally every one of them hurt last year.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll do some. I mean, my boy Dan Campbell, he'll make some moves, and that's another coach that I love. I mean, he is such a player's coach.
Yeah.
Like, he makes me, every time I hear him, he makes me want to run through a brick wall. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, like man, I need him in my life, like, to pump me up. Like, hey, it's Monday morning.
Yeah. Time to go to work.
Time to go to work. And I need that type of attitude
Let's get it.
behind me.
Yeah. No, but also they in the undrafted free agents.
Yeah.
They picked up Caden Prescorn, tight end at Ole Miss, and I think he'll have an immediate impact.
I am not familiar with him.
Oh, he's a beast.
Was he? He was pretty productive. Is he more of a
no? He's a pass catcher. He's a pass catcher and run you over.
Okay.
Like speed. Like he's
so a little bit of a sleeper there, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think? Well, they got.
What's his face? But he can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
What's his face? Samuel Porter.
Yes.
He's a bum.
Also, I picked him in the fourth round his rookie year, and that was phenomenal pick of mine.
No, but I think he'll definitely be a good compliment, Samuel Porter.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, we are definitely starting to see example A, the Chiefs. They're starting to run two tight ends as pass catchers, not blockers.
Yeah.
So then you have another weapon that you have to, the defense has to pick up. And the greatest mismatch that I see all the time are these really tall tight ends with those shorter, stockier linebackers. I feel like it's a mismatched nightmare.
Oh, yeah, because them tight ends can manhandle them.
Yep. Well, I mean, the linebackers can too. The problem is the tight ends usually are taller. So as long as they get their jump off at the better time,
they run the routes a lot better as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, I wanted to quick second. Want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Sweet Heat for Your Meat. You can find them at sweetheatforyourmeat.com. We love Sweet Heat for Your Meat. We have it on literally just about anything that we eat. And kind of our thing that we've been going with, we love it on green beans. Have you tried Sweet Heat for Your Meat before?
I have before. I've never tried it on green beans before.
Oh, it's phenomenal, man. And then also, like, if you like veggies on the grill, we also like to, put some olive oil on it and then sprinkle it with some Sweet Heat for Your Meat. Oh, it's so good.
It's probably good on Brussels sprouts.
Oh, yeah.
Like roasted in the oven?
Uh-huh. They sure are. So... I would say probably for me, the biggest surprise for the draft was the Giants picking up Jackson Dart. I know we keep saying that, but that really surprised the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, me too.
I knew they needed a quarterback, but there again, they did also go pick up, what was it, Russell Wilson?
Yeah,
and
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
I imagine Jameis is going to get let go if they plan on doing anything with Dart. Which trading up for him kind of signals that they're going to.
Yeah, but they got Danny DeVito on there too.
Yeah, you don't need all them people. They got to trade. They got to get rid of somebody.
I would probably cut Danny and keep Jameis because I know Jameis has a problem with turnovers and throwing.
Well, the reason they probably ain't going to do that because they would keep Danny because he's cheaper.
I guess.
And just get rid of Jameson.
And I mean, DeVito. I mean, he wasn't that bad. I guess
he's terrible. Let's be honest.
Who do you think is the next Ryan Fitzpatrick of the league? Like, hey, you need to win a football game. You need to win a football game, just to keep our record better for playoff contention. Who do you want as the backup to say, like, hey, we just got to win this game to make sure we get a better spot in the playoff, but we can't start our starter.
Yeah,
and that's what Ryan Fitzpatrick was known for.
Best backup in the league.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. Boy, do I miss Ryan Fitzpatrick. He was so fun.
Yeah, he was.
He was so fun. Beard and everything. He even got a little gut later on in his career. Love it. I love it. Yeah.
I don't know who would it be.
I like the Bengals backup. I thought he was pretty good. I I can't quote his name, but I thought it was pretty good. Cooper Rush, that was a backup for Dallas. I didn't think he did bad when he got a shot. I thought he did
then
really
again,
good.
he's asked to.
But I would say he's a starting quarterback now, but Geno Smith. I mean, Geno was a backup to Russell for quite some time at the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
And now that you see him, when he finally got his shot, like, boy, I mean, the guy's balling, and he's, what, 32? Like,
He's up there.
Yeah. He's not young, but he's not, full-blown retirement age at all. I think he's still got a few serviceable years for sure. So,
what about who's your sleeper of the draft?
Look, I'm going to be a little biased. I really like the John Emery pickup.
Emory Jones.
John Emery. Another LSU player. Emory Jones from LSU. I thought that was a great pickup. I think I personally had him like early second round. I wasn't going to give him a first round, but I personally had him like a early mid second round pick. And what did he go, fourth round?
Yeah, I think something like that.
And I just thought that was a huge pickup.
Let's see.
And it's not like he wasn't. It's
like
not
91
like he wasn't,
overall, whatever that.
That's probably third. And it's not like he wasn't like he didn't have any experience. The guy was extremely experienced in, I would say, the best conference in the league, the SEC. I mean, as a freshman, he was starting alongside Will Campbell on the offensive line for LSU. I thought that was a great pickup. And honestly, I think he would be a day one. I think he'll be a day one starter, in my personal opinion.
At the Ravens?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see who he's got in front of him.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I think he's a great guy. I think he can definitely slip in. And if he's not a day one starter, I would absolutely say he's probably second on the depth chart.
Got Daniel Falele in front of him.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who the hell that is.
Yeah. Sounds like one of them
which
West Coast players from like Washington or Hawaii.
We need to put more emphasis on the big guys. We need to have a whole talk about the big guys up in the trenches because they don't give enough love, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You see the quarterbacks, running backs, maybe some of the cornerbacks and the wide receivers and tight ends. But you don't ever hear about the big guys in the trenches. The big guys in the trenches, if you're listening, shout out to you, brother. Without you, none of this is happening.
Nope.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely think, I can tell you now, Will Howard.
Yeah, from Ohio State.
Will be the starter before the year's over.
Where did he go?
Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
All they got's Mason Rudolph. I'm telling you now, Will Howard will be the starter.
When did they get him?
Late.
That is a steal. I think he's serviceable for sure. If you need like a guy to come in for 2 years.
I think he's going
you think
he'll excel in the pros.
He'll sustain?
Yes.
Okay.
I definitely do.
I thought he was a great similar to Jalen Hurts. The guy has a lot of experience in college football. Not as just like a backup, like he's started.
He was great at. I mean, he sometimes can have some turnover issues, but he was great at Kansas State. He was great at Ohio State. Clearly, he won the national championship.
Right. And he did, and it was like he did just enough, and it wasn't like ooh wow. I thought he like moved in the pocket pretty well, and extended the plays enough. Kind of similar to what Joe Burrow does. Like you're not seeing Joe move that much. Like he can. And he can extend plays, but you're not going to see him run that much. But I do think that's another it factor. Like if you're a great pocket passer or just a great passer in general that have that touch, I think that if you can figure out to extend the play as a QB, that
that helps. That's a huge factor for you.
And it's something that, and again, I didn't. For the listeners, I didn't play high school football. After high school, I fell in love watching football. I met my wife. She's a huge LSU fan. I've talked about that, guys, previously on the podcast. And it wasn't until after high school that I really got deep into watching football. and I'm still learning to this day all of the terminologies and penalties, like, but I love it, love talking about it. And I think if you can extend a play, that automatically just separates you, because you cannot teach that.
No.
It's
That's
an instinctive
instinctual,
thing, So, well, guys, I think that's about it for today. Lucas, I do appreciate you coming on the podcast. We'll probably deem you as a reoccurring guest. Have Lucas come on a few more times after this.
I love bringing.
Make sure y'all tune in. If you can, guys, please DM us. Email us at TruLeaEntertainment.podcast@gmail.com. Like, follow us, share. Just get in touch with us. Appreciate y'all listening. Deuces.
Later.